Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to show you my entire coloring book collection and talk a little bit about my books. I want to show you everything that I ever colored before, all my unfinished whips, or even some fails that I haven't shown on the channel yet. So let's get started. I want to start with Johanna Basford because Small Victories and Rooms of Wonder were my first books. I started coloring on January 5th of the last year, and those were the two first books that I bought. So let's start with Small Victories. In here, I have a lot of whips actually. Or unfinished pages because I usually take this book with me if I'm at the doctor's office or something like that, so I always just color something here and there, and sometimes I also finish pages at home, but that's more on the rarer occasion. So I started with this title page because actually it's quite funny. With a lot of my older books, I started a lot of times with the title page because I really thought that by now I had finished this book completely, and I wanted to color this book completely from, well, the first page to the last page, and I thought I would have achieved that by now, but no, I'm nowhere near it. But this is actually a book that I really would love to finish. It's also, like I said, my oldest book, and I think one of the most colored, so I don't know if I will be able to finish that in 2025, but this is definitely a book that I would like to finish. Anyhow, this was colored with the very cheap Faber-Castell children's pencils. Again, I also colored here because, like I said, I thought I will have completed everything in this book. This one I started with fine liners, but then I just didn't know how to finish these kind of butterflies or moth, what color to do, so I just left it. This one I wanted to color for a long time. I always thought, oh, I'm gonna color it in the fall, but yeah, I then had too many fall images and I didn't come around to finishing that. This one, I think that was also finished while I was in a waiting room. Here I tried different kind of pencils that I had. Again, this is like my very early coloring. Oh, I haven't really marked any pages, so I have to flip through a little bit to get to a page. Here again, I started it but never finished it because I had the idea that I want to color everything in like metal or shimmery insects, but yeah, I just never finished that. This one as well, I started it while waiting and just haven't finished that. And it's a very simple coloring. Not everything that I do is always kind of like artistic. This one again, started it, but oh my god, these little flowers and things, they are so small details that I just couldn't get myself to do them. Here I had an experiment. This one I colored completely with Neocolor 2, and this one with the ink 10. That's when I both had them new, but I just didn't finish it. I actually really like the Neocolor 2, and I was actually planning on, oh, that also came to the other side. Do more with the Neocolor 2 in this book, but I haven't yet. Here, that's also, I feel like, an interesting page with the cupcakes. Yes, it's also unfinished, but this one was the first one that I colored, and this one the recent one, so I think there is a little bit of a difference visible, I feel. Yeah, so, and here, that was also more like an experimental one. This was colored with the Faber-Castell children's pencils, and this with the polychromos, but this was when I didn't really know how to use the polychromos, and I was super disappointed because I like the colors of this way better than the way more expensive polychromos. Here again, I was testing out some kind of ink 10s and Derwent drawings, and just like, it was just like a tester page basically. This one is in my September completed pages. I think this is actually my favorite page in the book so far, and the one with the narwhal that I finished in the January. This one I did, I think, last year for Valentine's Day. This took me really a long time as well, so I still like that one. This was actually my first coloring that I ever did this page. Yeah, it also has like different pencils, mostly the Faber-Castell Children's Pencil and the Staedtler Children Pastel colored pencils. This one I really wanted to do with the nail colors too. This one I started with the Caran Pablo, but I just didn't really finish it. I don't know. Here are my wreaths. This one was for the spring, this one for summer. Yeah, I almost completed all the wreaths. I'm just missing out on the one for fall. Yeah, I really like this wintry one. That's, I don't know, I think in my November or December video. Oh, this one here, I tried to gesso the background first so that the I don't like a lot of times that she has such strong visible lines in her books, Johanna Basford. The black lines were like covered, but it kind of made the colored pencils a little bit like charcoal and it would just bleed on to the other side. So it was nice to try that out, but I wouldn't do that again. This one again was just a simple one that I finished at the doctor's office. And this is the last one that I colored. That's the one in the January completed pages. I really like the color scheme on that. So that is everything that I colored in Small Victories. Now we move on to Rooms of Wonder. Here I colored again the title page because I really thought I would have this book finished by now, which is ridiculous, but yeah, it's what I thought. I haven't colored too many images in here because it's quite detailed. Oh my god, this one was the first one that I started in here, also with the Faber-Castell children's pencils, but I just never finished it because, I don't know, I just didn't like it anymore. I don't know, it's just, yeah. And I didn't do any kind of shading or nothing at all. This was really just my first kind of coloring. And also here I was testing out some pencils. These were also the Staedtler pastel children's pencils. So yeah. Oh, this was my second image that I colored. Yeah, I don't know, because of the lights, you can see this kind of glue on the glitter. That's not so pretty, but actually it doesn't look so bad if the light isn't so strong, but the light is coming onto this. So here I tried also the polychromos out in, but I also used the children's pencils as well because I just didn't know how to use the polychromos so well at the time. This was the second image that I colored. I still like the color scheme and yeah, these kind of honeycombs. Yeah, I think for the second image that I colored, it's fine. And then I also colored this fruit page. I like it. I like these kind of fruit mandalas, actually. Oh, this is also one of my favorite in the books, this kind of ice polar. It's also done with the Staedtler pastel children's pencils. I really like the colors, but I wish the pencils would just be easier to work with. They were really hard pencils. So, but I really like that one. Oh, I also colored this weather station. Here again, I wanted to make it more on a pastel-y color scheme, but I wasn't really happy with it, to be honest. I think it would have looked better to do this weather station in the more like brighter tones. Yeah, and again, like it lacks a lot of shading. I was just so done with this one, so. Did I color anything else? Oh yeah, I colored this pineapple house or whatever it is. That was done with the Ink 10s. I actually also like that. to be honest. Maybe I should be coloring more with Inktense in this, and also the Magical World. I haven't tried that out yet. Yeah, this was just a test. Oh, again here as well, just some tests. I think that's it. Yeah, that's everything I colored in Rooms of Wonder so far. And then my last book of Johanna Basford is Magical Worlds. Maybe if you have seen my previous video about it, I think it's in the November video or December, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not so happy with the book because of the paper. So I haven't really colored much in here, just this one image, this one, and that's mostly acrylic markers. Yeah. So, and then I'm also like, this is in the color and chat video where I try out different pencils, but I haven't completed that one yet. So if you want to check out my color and chat video where I talk a little bit more about my goals and stuff like that, I'm gonna link it here. So that's everything I colored in Magical Words. And then the next artist that I have is Rita Berman. In the beginning of my coloring journey, I colored a lot in her books. Recently, I just kind of neglected her, to be honest, because I started a few images in here and I just didn't like them. So, but you will see that then. So let's start with the Asia book. Here again, I colored the title page because I really thought I was half this book finished. I think I only colored 2 images in here so far. I colored this one for the Year of the Dragon. I think that was in my February completed pages from last year. I'm very proud of that one, to be honest, though. I think that was really good for one of my first attempts to do that one. I don't know, I think you cannot see the glitter effect too much in the background. Sometimes with the light, it's a little bit difficult to really show the colorings as they really are, but I hope the video quality is better now. And then I also colored another one. This one, it was nothing special. I just wanted to color something else in this book, and that's it. I really love this book though, and I really love the illustrations. I have to really work more in this book, especially this one. I definitely want to do that for spring. So yeah, I really need to get on this one. I also love it. I really need to get back into coloring in her books, but that's the Asia book of hers. And then we have the Europe book here. Yeah, here I have a lot of unfinished whips, and to be honest, like I started this mandala. Here I gave up on coloring the title page. I don't know what I colored in here. Oh yeah, here, this one, I started this one, but again, it's just left alone. Oh yeah, this one. I did this kind of Italy one, and that was done with the polychromos and the chromoflow. I think the chromoflow actually work really well in this book. They work horrible in the German version of the Johanna Basford books. But in here, I think the chromoflow work really good. This one was a VIP that I just didn't finish. It was for the Christmas time. I don't know. I kind of just lost my, I don't know, hope idea to finish that, to complete it. Maybe I'm gonna finish it next year in winter time, but I'm a little bit over winter images. Now if I look at it, I don't think it's too bad as like I remembered. Maybe I should really finish that one. And this one, I think this is the last one that I colored in here. Again, that was, I think, also done with the chromoflows when I got them new. Yeah, that's everything for the Europe book. And then we have the Africa book. I think in here I colored a little bit more. Again here, it's one of my earliest books. I started with the title page, and I even did that one. This was done also when I got the polychromos for the first time. yeah, it's I didn't know how to use them. It's nothing special, like I said. This one, again, it's also one of my earlier ones. I think here I used the Neo Color Choose as a base layer and then went over it with the polychromos. This one, it was done with Inktense. I think the Inktense also works great for Rita Berman books. So yeah, I should keep that in mind. I should work with more Inktense and ChromaFlow in her books. I really love the Inktense though, if I look at it now. Yeah, I really like that one. I really forgot about that one, to be honest. What else? Oh, this one I wanted to color, but yeah, no, didn't manage to. Oh yeah, and I also did this double spread. I still really love the snake and the color combination. The snake could have used a little bit more work, I guess, a little bit more shading now. But yeah, still really like that one a lot. And this one, the upper one, oh, I think this one as well. The one here and here, I think they were done with the Inktense. So I really love the one with the kind of Egypt one. Yeah, like there is some golden watercolor and yeah, the Inktense just looks great in her books, I feel. Yeah. Oh no, I also colored that one here. That's when I first tried out the Neo Color Chew because I was afraid that it would bleed through, but no, it didn't. So yeah, that is also what I colored. Okay, and the last book that I have of her is the Seasons book. I think this is also my most colored book of her because it was also one of, like, after the Johanna Basford books, I think this was the next one that I got. So yeah, it has more of my earlier works. Again, like here I started coloring with like even the earliest pages because I really thought I'm gonna finish that. This one was also one of my earliest colorings that was done with super cheap watercolor pencils from the Dollar Tree. Yeah, nothing special. This one, I still really like it. It's also in my top favorite colorings. Both of them, I like the watercolor background that I did here and these flowers. I really love this kind of double spread page, even though it's more of an earlier work that I did. This one was just like with gel pens where I was bored and I don't know, I just wanted to color something. But the gel pens were out of gel after this page, so they were really cheap ones as well. So, oh yeah, this one is kind of a fail, I feel. Here I wanted to test some of the Derwent drawings. I just had ordered some stock pencils to test them out, but I didn't have enough pencils to make that look good. So I feel it's just like, yeah, a bad one, but that sometimes happens as well. This one is also one of my earlier colorings. I still like it. This one is done with the Polychromos pencils and that one with the ChromaFlow. So yeah, really like that page as well. I really need to color more in Rita Berman because I really like the outcome. This is also in my favorites video. Yeah, really like that, but that took me a long time to actually complete. This was done with watercolor, also some glittery watercolor, just some raindrops, and I think watercolor also works fairly well in her books. So yeah, watercolor Inktense. I haven't tried out the Faber-Castell watercolor pencil sets in her book. Maybe I should do that. Yeah, also this advent calendar that was in the December one. And then I started that one and that was a complete fail. I wanted to finish that for New Year's, but I just didn't like the fireworks. I'm fine with the houses, but I don't know. The gel pen were not really working well and they would constantly not work basically, and I just got so tired, and I also didn't kind of like the colors, so I just abandoned that one. Yeah, and that's everything for Rita Berman. So the next artist is Maria Trolle, also one of my favorite artists. I almost have all of her books. I'm just missing Moon Valley and the new one, the second one. Twilight Garden, I unfortunately got 2 times because I was confused because of they have a different title, and I saw that in the local bookstore, and so they have different kind of cover pages and also different kind of titles if you translate it. So I was confused because I thought it in the local bookstore, but I ordered this beforehand, but it hadn't received because it was a foreign book and it took longer. Yeah, so I accidentally bought them 2 times. But they have different illustrations in the book or in the books. I also made a video about it. I'm gonna link it here if you're interested what the difference is between the 2 books. If you're interested, you can check it out. But let's get started. Also, the German version books, they are smaller than the English ones, if you prefer to color in smaller books. Okay, so let's get started with the German version of Twilight Garden. This is a little bit of an experimental book for me. Here I like to experiment quite some little bit. This one again, I actually really like that. I did that with watercolor, and honestly, I never managed to recreate it. I didn't even know what I was doing here, but I absolutely loved this one, and I wish I could recreate it on another image in watercolor, but I just haven't managed to do so. So I really want to work on my watercolor skills this year. It's one of my goals. Okay, so let me see what I actually colored here as well. Oh yeah, this was one of my fails. Here, this was never shown. I never really finished that one. Here I tried to use gouache as a base and then colored over it with colored pencils. But yeah, I'm not really happy with the result, to be honest. So I also want to work more on the gouache one because I think the gouache could also look really great for backgrounds and stuff. I've seen that with other colorists and I really love that, but my skills aren't there yet. Oh, this is another one. It's just like I said, I have in here a lot of experimental things. I think I haven't even finished that one here. I was just testing the some of the Staedtler brush markers and then the watercolor pencils of the polychromos. I just wanted to see how they work on the paper, so it's nothing special, and I think I didn't even really finish that one. So like I said, in here are more like my experimental works. This one was also done with very cheap watercolor. It was supposed to be like a little bit of a pond. It was also one of my earlier works, and yeah, I still like it, but unfortunately the other side is really stained now from the watercolor, but yeah. Oh, this is also one of my earlier colorings. As you might can see, this was also done with the very cheap Faber-Castell children's pencils. Yeah. This one was also an experimental one. Here I tried out the Inktense pencils when I got them first. And here as well, where they kind of bleed through the lines because I used too much water. Yeah, that's everything for the German version of Twilight Garden. The next one is the German version of Nightfall. Here I also tried to color this title page. Unfortunately, the book is a little bit falling apart already. That's why I think I wouldn't rebuy the German versions again because, yeah, they fall apart. Also, the Flora one, I don't know, I just colored one image and it already fell apart. Like, that is super annoying, I feel. In here I colored that one. I think in here I colored a lot with like a black background. That was also done. Oh, I also colored something in here, I think. Yeah, this one where I tried to recreate the moth in the front. So, yeah, just remembered that. Yeah, and this was the same kind of moth like in the front and with a little bit of flowers. Nothing too special. Oh, then I colored this one. I still really like that one, actually. I really like the kind of pond thing, how I colored the pond. And yeah, that was also done with Inktense. And also the light. I mean, I think it's not realistic because I think this is not how the light source would go, but I like how I kind of incorporated a little bit of the reflections of the light. Here you can see how the book fell apart. It's so freaking annoying. I really hate that. Oh my god. Yeah. This is also one that I colored, so I'm so mad that this is falling apart. And you can see I haven't even colored so many images in that. I don't know. I think the quality of this one is way better also because of the paper, because I have this longer. I colored more things in it, even with watercolor, and it didn't fall apart. But the one Nightfall, and I also have the Flora version, they're both broken. They both fell apart. So in here I colored this one. I made it look like one of my cats. Here you can see the book is also fallen apart, and that was when I first colored this book for the first time. That was the first 2 images that I colored. Yeah, so super annoying. I'm so frustrated about that. Anyhow, this is also in my favorites video. I don't know if I colored anything else in here. I haven't. Oh, this one. This little lily. Yeah, but I haven't colored another one in here. I really need to come back to this book. It's so pretty, but yeah, it's so sad that it's already broken. Okay, then let's move on to Twilight Garden, the English version. Luckily, I like these hard cover books way better because they don't fall apart. So again, here I also colored this one, but I like the one in the German version way better. Yeah, this was done with also the cheap Faber-Castell pencils. Oh, in here I colored this one. I was not very happy with that when I finished that one. I still don't like it too much, to be honest. Yeah, but it's okay. It's like the first coloring, or one of the first colorings, doesn't always go so well. Oh, this one I really like. Another fruit mandala. Like I said, I really love to do these fruit mandalas. I really like how I did these kind of black currants. Yeah, I like that one. It's nice, I think. I started this one, but yeah, it's a whip that I never really finished because I don't know. I was tired of I don't like too much repetitive things, but yeah, maybe I'm gonna finish that in the spring. I don't know, but for right now, it's a whip. And that is everything that I colored in the English version of Twilight Garden. Oh, just so little, you know. I'm surprised a little bit that I didn't color more in the books. Then Botanicum. Here I think I colored a little bit more. This has a different little paper because they reprinted that one. So the paper in here is a little smoother. It's a little bit harder to work than with the other ones. Oh yeah, I colored this kind of lilies. I still actually like that one. That was done with the chromaflows and I think the Pablos. Yeah, that's nice. I colored this mermaid one for mermaid. I colored this mermaid for mermaid. Okay, now it's right. Yeah, I still really like that. I like the colors. I think it's a nice one. Then I colored this one. It's in the, I think, I don't know, November, October, September, I don't know. Somewhere in the fall section. Oh, and then I also colored this winter one that I really love. I really like the color scheme. I think it's very pretty. I think that's everything. Yeah, I'm really surprised that I didn't color more because Maria Trolle is one of my favorite artists and I thought I had colored more in her books because those are the earliest books. In the other books that I have colored even less. In a lot of books, I just have colored my obligatory first page. Okay, now we have Luna. Here I also haven't colored too much because this is a fairly new book as well. For me at least. I think that was released earlier, but I don't have it for such a long time. Yeah, I colored this one with the orchids. Orchids are one of my favorite flowers. I don't like the butterfly though, but it's okay, I guess. This one where I tried the watercolors, that's done in the completed pages for January. Yeah, kind of like it. I like the color scheme. The watercolor skills I really have to work on. Oh yeah, this is one of my favorites as well. I really like how I colored the fruit on this squirrel one. Yeah, just 3 pages in Luna. My god. Okay, and the last one that I have by Maria Trolle is Shooting Star. In here, I think I colored the most images for the least amount of time that I have this book. Because it's a very simpler book. I feel like here the colorings are easier, so I colored more in that one. I really need to get back to this book as well, but I feel now I have so many books and just too little of a time. So I colored this one for fall. That is also done with Inktense and Neocolor 2. I kind of like the color scheme. I mean, it's a little bit patchy. I could have worked more thoroughly on it, I guess, but yeah, I like the color scheme though. This one, I think this was the first one that I did. I think that was done in August or something. Also like the color scheme a lot. I like the background, which is weird because usually I hate my own backgrounds. But this one, yeah, I'm happy with that one. And then my winter page, really love this one. Really love this one. I love the color scheme of that. I wish I could really color more of these kind of lighter color schemes and more the pastel-y ones. Yeah, but I don't really have the pencils for that, or the skills sometimes, I feel. So yeah, I really love this one. But I had another one that was like, oh yeah, this one. This was a body color with colored by Maya. Yeah, also like the color scheme of that. Again, the background with the Neocolor 2s is maybe a little bit too rough, but yeah, I like the color scheme. I think that's it. Was it only 4 pages? I thought I colored 5. Yeah, only 4 pages. I thought I colored 5 in here, but it were only 4 pages. Wow, even less than I thought. Okay, but that's everything for Shooting Star and everything for Maria Trolle. So the next artist that I have is Hanna Karlzon, and I have a lot of her books. Yeah, this one, the Seasons book, I actually just received that yesterday. So it's an elderly book by her, but it wasn't in my collection. But I really like the colorings that Oh, what's her name again? Oh my god, I'm gonna blend it in here because I just really blank. I forgot her name. But I really love what I think Jen's Coloring Corner, maybe? Yeah, I think that's it. Maybe Jen's Coloring Corner. Sorry, I really love her work in Seasons. And I also wanted to get this book. I think everybody knows this book, actually, like I said. That is one of my uncolored books. I think I have 3 uncolored books at the moment in my collection, and that is one of them, obviously, because I just got this book yesterday. So yeah, I haven't colored anything in here. Then we have Tales from the Witch Cottage. That's the only of her small books that I have, and that is also the first book that I got from her, or by her. So again, here I started with coloring everything. This was colored with also these cheap watercolor pencils from the dollar store. Here I also colored that title page, and I was really proud of myself when I colored that. Actually, it took me such a long time. I think that was also colored with the cheap watercolor pencils and the other Faber-Castell children's pencils. Then the next one I colored in here. Oh my god, this is so awful. In the background, I tried out some gel crayon that I tried to dilute with water, and like the coloring is just so bad also. But like I said, it's one of my earliest works, and I just later realized that this was actually Glover, but I thought it was a weird kind of plant, so I colored that what was supposed to be actually leaves, like it was supposed to be some kind of magical plant. I don't know. This one is also one of my earlier works, but that one I like. I based that with New Colors 2, and then I also went over, I think, with the I don't know, Polychromos, or yeah, I think with the Polychromos, but I'm not really sure. I don't know. It's, I think, also my February complete pages from last year, but I still like that one. It's earlier work, but it's still, I still like it. Oh yeah, this is in my October completed pages. I don't know, I think you cannot see the shimmer. Oh no, I think you can see the shimmer. Can you? I don't know. It's weird with the, yeah, I think here. It's weird with the light. So yeah, I think now the shimmer is visible. That also took me a very long time to finish. Yeah, it's in the October finished pages. This one was my first portrait, actually. That was also done with the cheap Faber-Castell children's pencils. And that's everything that I colored in this book. Oh my god, I'm so bad. So bad. Okay, next we have Magical Dawn. Here I colored this little frog, but I gave up on coloring this other page here. Luckily there, then I stopped doing that. I also think I didn't color too many ones in this one. Oh yeah, this was a big fail that I never shared. Awful. I also wanted to do like a pastel-y rainbow kind of scene and dust, and it just looks so awful. I never finished that, and it just looks horrible. So this one I think was also one of my earlier ones, the mermaid and the fish. It took me also a very long time. I think there's also some shimmer in it to finish both of these pages, but yeah, I'm still fine with it. I really like the mother of pearl effect that I was able to create on these kind of pearls, but I couldn't recreate it. I don't know. So weird sometimes. Yep, that's that one. And then I think the only other one that I finished yeah, the only other one that I did is my favorite coloring for 2024, my Angel Christmas Cat. That is in the completed pages for December. I really love that one. Yeah. So that's everything I colored in Magical Dawn. Then we have Daydreams. Oh, here I colored this mushroom. Here I tested out the Durban drawings for the first time. Really like that. This one is also on the channel when I was testing new supplies like markers and stuff. And it's a little speed coloring, but I think the quality is quite poor. What did I even color in here? Oh yeah, this dragonfly. Still like that a lot. It's also my favorites for the year. I really like the wings though. This kind of shimmery effect on the wings. That's also done with Inktense. I think that also works great in her books. I should do that more. Oh yeah, and I colored this one. This is done with, this was another try with watercolors and some splatter effects that didn't work. So I think the only time the splatter effects worked was in the Magical Dawn with the Christmas Angel Cat, but the other splattering effects that I tried were not really successful, I feel. But I think it's still okay. It's a nice one, I guess. Oh, and that's it for Daydreams. I only finished 2 pages in here. Oh my god. I'm so bad. That's why I said in my goals videos that I don't need more books. I have so many books that I barely haven't colored in. It's horrible. Again, one of my earlier books, Spirit Animals. Again, here I colored even the first kind of images. That was my first attempt trying to recreate my cat like the Angel Cat one. I think you can see an improvement from this is how I started. That was very early in my coloring to now the one that I showed you in Magical Dawn. So I think, yeah, I had some kind of improvement in my coloring already, even though I'm just coloring more or less for a year. Still, I kind of like that one as like the kind of introduction page or book belongs to page, whatever. And here I also didn't color too much because a lot of it is like double spreads and portraits, and I struggle with that. But I need to return to this book though. Okay, I colored in here. I think this is my only double spread page that I ever colored, if I'm not mistaken. I think it is. I think this is the only double spread page that I ever completed. And this took me a long time, I think 2 or 3 months. That's why I never do double spread pages. It's okay, I think. Now when I see it, I kind of like the colors. I think it's also watercolor, intense, Neocolor Choose. I think that actually works great for this book. I should do that more. I should make a note to color more with Neocolor 2 and Intense in her books. Yeah, it's okay, but I was a little bit disappointed. Because I wanted a better kind of result. I wasn't really happy with this kind of sky effect. I wanted to create some kind of storm effect. Yeah, and I also watercolored into her face and I couldn't really cover that up. So, yeah, for the amount of time that I spent on this, I really wished for a better result. But now when I look at it, I think it's actually, it's okay. I like the colors. And then the other one that I colored is this one, the Ice Princess with her penguins and her castle. Yeah, that's a lot of, I don't know if you can see, like there's also a lot of glitter on that page and a little bit on here. I wanted to make it look really frosty. So yeah, it's also a spread that I like a lot. But I think that's also everything that I colored in here, just 2 double spread pages. Oh no, there's another one. I think the last one. This one I also colored sometime when I was bored. But it was also very early, as you can see. Oh my god, yeah, I really need to color more in her books. And the last one that I have of Hanna Karlzon is Summer Nights. Actually, I really regret getting this book. I'm sorry to say, but I'm not such a fan of the illustrations in this book. I just got it because of one illustration that I liked. Oh, it's a total fail here. I think this is my least favorite. Yeah, it's my least favorite book of hers. Just because, I don't know. It's just a lot of the same kind of things. I don't like too much if there's too much pattern already in the animals, actually, because I prefer to do my own patterns in the animals. Yeah, and that's a lot in this book. Like this one, it's very sentangly. I know why she's doing that, because it's very fun to do that. I love to do that myself as well. But yeah, for coloring, I find it a little bit more difficult, to be honest. Or these kind of owls as well. Like, I just wouldn't know how to color them because there's just so much going on. Yeah, I don't know. These illustrations are just not my favorites at all. So I started this one as a color along, but then I don't know, I thought I was recording something and I wasn't. And then I didn't know what I was doing anymore, and yeah, it was just annoying, and I just never finished that. I also didn't finish this one. Maybe I'm gonna finish this one in the next fall season. Yeah. And then the only one that I colored in here is the one with the girls and the cats. Still like that, even though it's also in my favorites for the year. Of course, now I would color it differently, but that was the only reason why I bought this book, because I loved this illustration so much and I really wanted to color it. But yeah, the rest of the book I'm just not personally so fond of. And that's all of my books for Hanna Karlzon and everything I ever colored in Hanna Karlzon's books. So the next books that I have are by Kerby Rosanes. I only have two of his books, Mythomorphia and Fragile World. I really love his artwork. It's so beautiful. I absolutely am a fan of his artwork. But like I said in my previous video, I love his style, his artwork, but I don't really enjoy too much coloring it, because I think his artwork is already beautiful uncolored, or sometimes I like it even better, his uncolored version, than my colored version. So I haven't really colored a lot in this book. Here I also colored this. Oh, that's the second double spread page that I colored. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, so this one. It was also very earlier in my coloring. And then recently in my January one, I finished this Yeti page. So yeah, I really need to work more in this book, but like I said, usually don't like my colored versions too much. There was one with these kind of, this one. Oh my god, I want to color this for such a long time. I think that really that's such an amazing image, but yeah, I just feel my skills aren't up to it. Or there was one really great one with the dragon. I don't know. This one, oh my god, it's also so amazingly beautiful. But the amount of detail and everything, it's just, no, I feel so overwhelmed by it. There was another one with a dragon. This one, I also really would love to color that one, but oh my god, look at it. Look at it. Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, that's everything for Mythomorphia. And then in Fragile World, I colored this one also. I also wanted to color this for a long time, but yeah, I wanted to color so many things, but just haven't. I also colored just two ones in here. The one with the elephant. Yeah, here I made a mistake because I colored this elephant with cool gray instead of warm gray. Yeah, that was maybe a little bit stupid, but it's okay. And then my Siberian leopard, that is also in the January completed pages. So yeah, love his work, but coloring in it is difficult for me. Next one, I have these cute animal books, cute little animal books. So this is also one of my favorite little books, the Verbal book, the French one. In here I colored fairly well, I feel. Not as much as I would love to, but I completed some pages in here. I colored this one for the fall. Really love how I colored the owls. I also did this little Halloween or pumpkin bunnies. Really like that as well. Actually, in here I like all my colorings, I think. My Christmas cat, that is also based off my other cats. I like that as well. These little mice and the gingerbread house. This little spring baby goat. This golden retriever in the moon. Yeah, maybe I could have worked a little bit more on the moon and the background. But this was, I think, my second coloring in this book. So, yeah, but I still think it's cute. The donkeys. Yeah, I think that's it for this little Verbal book. At least I colored some more pages in here compared to the other ones. Like I said, I also have a lot of books where I just colored one page. I'm gonna get to that. Okay, next one I have A Million Baby Animals by Lolo Mayo. Oh, I love this effect. It's also a fairly new book. I think it also came out last year, didn't it? Yeah, 2024. So I colored this one because here I wanted to test the different kind of pencil sets that I had at the time. This was done with the Chromaflows. This was done with the Polychromals. This was done with the Derwent drawings, and that with the Intense. So I really like the Derwent drawings and the Polychromals in this one. I also colored some images in here. I colored this one for the fall. That's also done with the Derwent drawings and the Caran d'Ache Pablo. I colored this one. This was done with glitter markers. Unfortunately, they bleed through quite a lot, so can't really use them too much in the double-sided pages, but I like the effect. I think Lolo Mayo's work looks really good with glitter effects. And then I also did these little rabbits and baby pig. Oh yeah, that's also everything. I also thought I colored more in this book. Yeah, well, I haven't, obviously. And then A Million Llamas. I think I only colored one in here. I really need to get back to this book. This was so ugly here. I tried out some. I was so disappointed with these watercolors. They were supposed to be dragon watercolors, but honestly, to me, they just look like brown mud. Sorry to say, but they were a huge disappointment for me. Yeah, it was just testing some new supplies out. And that's the only thing that I colored in this book, unfortunately. Also, I put some glittery watercolor in the background. I like that one a lot. And I think it's mostly done with new colors too, and some of the, I only have 2 of the Caran d'Ache Museum watercolor pencils, the pod, because I really like these kind of colors. Yeah, that's everything in A Million Llamas. And then we have A Million Cute Animals. I also colored quite some in here, I think. What means quite, but at least something. Oh yeah. So I colored this Koala family, where I was trying out the Hanna Pablo for the first time. I colored this ice cream dessert kind of page. Oh, I really like that still, honestly. I really like coloring in Lulu Mayo's books. I need to color more in her books. And I colored this with the polar bears and the orcas. I thought I colored more in here as well. So no, only 3 pages in A Million Cute Animals. Then we have Happy Cat Sweet Colors. Unfortunately, I didn't know this was an Amazon printed book. The paper is really bad, but it's single-sided, so I decided to use the glitter markers that I can't use in the other books in this book. This I did for Halloween. I really like the glitter effect though. It's just, yeah. I wish I could use that more in also the other books, but as you can see, it bleeds through quite a lot. And then the other one that I did was this one for Christmas. Again, also used these glitter markers. Yeah, really like that one. And these are all my cute animal books that I have. Then these 2 are my 2 random books. I really didn't know what category I should put them in because I have no other books of either artist, and they are also fairly new books for me. I just received them for Christmas. So yeah, fairy tale and folklore. Like I said, I haven't colored too much in it because I just have it since Christmas, and I only colored this one that is also in my January completed pages. I don't know, I think you can't really see the glitter effect on this one too well. Oh, I think now you can. Yeah. So yeah, that's sadly everything that I colored, but that's just because this is a new book for me. Same for Wildflower Folk. This is also in my January completed pages. That is the only image that I colored in this book so far. Okay, and my last set of books are my Asian coloring books, my Japanese coloring books, and my Korean Japanese books. So, okay, so I want to get started with the Airy books. Unfortunately, I also really regret buying the second tale of the Romantic Country book. It's not because I don't like the illustration, it's just because I struggle a lot with the paper in the Romantic Country books. And I love the illustrations, but the problem is a lot of the images in here are double spread pages. And the one that are single-sided, I don't know, I just don't feel so drawn to like illustrations like that or that. It's just, yeah, it's that one is fine, I feel, or that one is beautiful. But if I compare it to another illustration in another book, I rather color something else than the images in here. So unfortunately, this is the only one that I colored in this book, just my obligatory 1 page. So yeah, I personally wouldn't rebuy that. Not because I don't like her or the illustrations, it's just I just don't feel so drawn to the illustrations in this book, and I just figured out that I don't like to color double spreads at all. As you can see, like, I feel there are some amazing artists that color great double spread colors, like Coloring with K and Colored by Maya. I absolutely always loved their double spreads, but I cannot do that. I would never be able to do that. And yeah, so anyhow, Romantic Country 1, in here at least I colored some more because I feel the images in here are a little bit more easier. Here I colored that double spread page. Oh, I colored another double spread page. I forgot about that one as well. Yeah, That's a fine. I don't know. I think the Neocolor 2 and Inktense don't work so well in this book, at least for me. Polychromos work better for me in this book. So somebody gave me that tip. I don't know who that was, but thank you so much. And then I colored this one for Halloween with the Polychromos, and I like that result way better than the one before. And then my last one that I colored in here is this kind of Christmas one from my December completed pages. So yeah, the Romantic Country one I like way better than the second tale. I think most people just prefer the second tale, but I like this one better. So yeah, but it's a big book, and I figured I also don't like to color too much in these big books. Anyhow, that's everything for Romantic Country. I have this Ken Matsuda one. It's also a fairly new one for me. I got that for my birthday. And I just managed to color one image in it. I really wanted to do more watercolor in here. So this is the one that I did. It's done with Neocolors too. Yeah, I like it. But yeah. I should color more in this beautiful book as well. And then one of my favorite artists, Hanna Karlzon. I really love, I think her work is so beautiful, but I feel like the problem is she also has a lot of double spread pages, and her artwork is very difficult for me to color. I love it, but it's so detailed, like this one. Oh my god. I really love her work so much, but I just barely also color in it because it just takes me forever. And unfortunately, this one is also one of my 3 uncolored or 4 uncolored books that I have now, or 3, like the Seasons one, this one, and another one that I'm gonna show you. Yeah, three uncolored books in my collection. So I really love her work so much, but I don't know, it takes me forever to finish a page. This one I started for Christmas, but I really hated the background so freaking much that I also abandoned it and didn't like it. So yeah, I started something, but I don't have a completed page in it, so for me it's an uncolored book. So yeah, unfortunately that's everything for Garden of Fairy Tale Animals by Hanna Karlzon. I'm gonna talk about this first. Another one, this one has a different paper than the Garden of Fairy Tales Animal and the Symphony of Cute Animals, and I really don't like the paper in here. I love the images, but the paper is just, I don't know, nightmarish for me, honestly. So again, I haven't colored too much in here. It's also a fairly new book for me. I colored this one, the Halloween one, that really took me a long time because I struggled so much with the paper, but yeah, I'm still quite pleased with the result. It could have been better if the paper was better. I could have gotten a better result, I feel. But yeah, the paper is just horrible for me. And the other one that I colored is this one for Christmas. It also has some glitter effect, and yeah, I really want to try watercolor in here for my next project in this book. But yeah, I have to find which one I could sacrifice in order it would go wrong for my watercolor experiments. And the last of her books, and I think this is also my favorite one, is Symphony of Cute Animals. I think this is also my most colored book, I think. So here I started this one where I tried out some kind of mediums, but yeah, as you can see, I also didn't finish that one. I started something here, but also didn't finish it. Then this is one of my favorite ones that I colored for Easter. Still really like the one, love the color scheme. I was very proud of that when I finished that one. This also took me quite some time to do all this kind of metal work. Yeah, I think that was done with the polychromos and the different drawing pencils. I could have done more on it now when I see it, but it's okay. It's okay. I do remember I wanted to do that as a simple one, but also this one took me ages. So yeah, and then I think this is the last one that I colored, and also the most recent one. That's, I think, also in my September or October completed pages. I really love how the hedgehog came out though. Yeah, I think he really looks great. He was done with the Durban drawing pencils. So I really like the hedgehog. But now if you would ask me how I colored it, I don't know anymore. I just know I used the different drawings, but I wouldn't know what colors anymore. I really need to, I think, write it down so I do remember what I'm doing. Yeah, unfortunately that was, oh, this one. Where I also experimented a little bit. That was everything for my Kunuko Egusa finished pages. And then my last ones are my Korean books. This one I also just received. It's a new book for me. It's so beautiful. I think that's, I don't know, the first one or the second one of the nostalgia books. With the cat and the girl. And I have seen a lot of people have a flip through of this book, but I haven't actually seen anybody who completed a page in this book, which is weird. I feel like I haven't seen anybody have a completed page because I wanted to get some inspiration and really love that one. I'll look at it. And I wanted to get this book because I really love the color palette. I think she uses watercolor though, because the paper looks very textured and everything. I think you cannot really use watercolor on this one. But yeah, I really want to try to recreate her more muted color palette because I'm really into more of the muted, pastel-y kind of colorings. But a lot of times I feel I cannot recreate it because I don't have the right pencils or I just don't know how to create these tones with them except for the Durban drawings because they're muted. Oh my god, look at that. It's so beautiful. Really love this book so much. So yeah, I'm looking forward to coloring in that, but that is my last uncolored book. So the Seasons books, the Garden of Fairy Tales book, and that one are my only uncolored books at the moment. And then my last two ones are the April books. Again, I haven't colored a lot in here as well. This one I wanted to color, but I haven't. So I haven't also colored a lot in here yet because, yeah, to finish a page it also takes me forever. This is my only colored page in the Forest Girl book. I always say that wrong. Forest Girl coloring book. Oh my god. And the last one is this one that was also in my January completed pages book. Video, sorry. So guys, that is my entire coloring book collection that I have. Like I said, I don't feel the need to get so many new books this year because as you can see, I have plenty of pages to work with. A lot of great books that I look forward to coloring in this year. I hope you liked this video. Let me know what was your favorite page, or maybe what is your favorite artist that you love to color in. And yeah, if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Until the next time, bye bye!